I'm ready.
All right. At this time, we'll call the meeting to order. We appreciate all the visitors coming out tonight. I'm happy to have our school folks with us tonight, our principals of our elementary and middle school. And I believe Coach Devers had a ball game tonight. He's the high school principal, couldn't be with us, but thank y'all for coming also on his behalf. We always appreciate guests coming to our meetings and sharing with us, and we appreciate that very much. Before we get into the meeting, we'll just pause now and have an invocation and pledge of allegiance, and then we'll get started. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day of life. Lord, we thank you that we can convene tonight and conduct business of the city of Hamilton. Lord, we ask that you be in this meeting, that we might preside in a way that's pleasing, and the concepts of our government will be pleasing in your sight. Lord, we ask you to bless this community as we grow together. Help us, Lord, to be in unity and harmony. In Christ's name I pray. Amen. Let's face the flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. In the way of public announcements, I'd like to make mention of the Jerry Brown Arts Festival, which is held annually in Hamilton. This year, the place for the Jerry Brown Arts Festival will be at the Tom Bibby Electric Co-op building. It'll be actually in their warehouse area of the building. It's been there for the last 3 or 4 years maybe, and it's a great place to have this meeting. It'll be held this year on March the 3rd and March the 4th. So we'd like to invite the community and anyone who gets the message concerning the Jerry Brown Arts Festival to come and participate. We have some very great artists in this area who make things with their own hands and exhibit out there, whether it be artwork, knives, animal calls, all kinds of beautiful things, birdhouses, you name it, a lot of useful things. I got me a birdhouse last year. It's got 3 stories in that thing. I just think it's the most unique birdhouse I've ever owned. And I really like it. I've got it in my backyard. And might get another one to go with it this year, who knows. But anyway, we'd like to invite the public to join us at the Tom Bigby building on March the 3rd and 4th for the Jerry Brown Arts Festival. This is sponsored each year by our Chamber of Commerce, and I'm sure you'll hear more advertisement about this arts festival. Okay, the first item on our agenda tonight is the recommendation to approve the minutes of the last city council meeting, which was held on February the 5th, 2018. We need a motion.
I'll make that recommendation.
Bobby Joe made the motion, and we'll need a second.
I'll second.
Kenneth made the second. All in favor? Thank you very much. Our second item of business is a presentation to the Hamilton Elementary School Principal, Ms. Linda Hall, the middle school principal, Norman Ballard, and the high school principal, Stephen Devers, of the 30% of the alcohol tax collections from August 1, 17 till December 31st of 17. And we had actually, as an oversight, had not done that in the previous meeting. I think Ms. Hall brought our attention to that, but thank you for that. And I'm going to let Angela at this time make the presentation.
All right.
If y'all will come forward, please.
And I apologize again for that. I honestly have no excuse. I wish I could tell you something, but I can't. Now, since Coach D's not here, do we get to keep his and split it?
Actually, he said he's gonna donate it to the middle school.
All right. Y'all are sure that's what he said.
I'm gonna get it to him first thing
Ms.
in the
Hall,
morning.
there's yours. Each one of the checks are gonna be for $5,495. Each school will receive that much, so.
Come between.
Come between them.
Sure.
God.
You come between. And it's smile. Can you smile and hand it to me?
What? Okay.
It won't
Act like
hurt
we're-
you. One more time. Didn't hurt you a bit.
Did it? I think that was Coach.
Yeah.
Is that yours? No, that's yours. Let me put his back in his envelope, but I'm glad you called because honestly, not even entered my mind. But
Thank y'all very much.
We can always put it to good use, I
that's
can assure
right.
you.
Thank y'all so much.
Each quarter, I believe it is. Each quarter.
This one is kind of a little bit shorter, I think, because we would have to do it like in July, but they're not in school, that's why we do it in August. So it kind of has a little bit more time in there. This was the shorter one of the two. Yes, ma'am?
It is, yeah.
It's
Thank you
small.
very much.
Anyway,
Thank you
this
for
is
calling.
something the previous mayor councils had set this up to give 30% of the alcohol taxes collected by the city from sale of alcoholic beverages to the schools, and we thank y'all for reminding us of this.
Thank you for giving to
Okay.
us. We greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome. This is just a way that the city has of helping them just a bit to bear the expenses of these schools that I'm sure the winter has eaten them alive on electric and gas bills and things like that. But maybe we can help out a bit. The third item of business tonight is a recommendation to renew the municipal site membership with AirMed Care Network called Air Evac Life Team. And the price for our entire city population is annually is $21,855. Angela, could you explain a little bit about who's eligible to have a ride on the Air Evac helicopter that's in the city limits?
The best way that I understood it, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but if they live in the city limits and there's an emergency and they have to be air evac'd, because we're under this municipal membership with them, that person is covered. Now, I think they may still file something against their insurance if they have it.
I think if they don't have it, they have to pay whatever amount Medicare or Medicaid would be charged. It's not free, it's just a discounted rate. So if you have insurance, then your insurance picks up the rest of it. But if you're uninsured, you're still going to be billed the same amount that Medicaid or Medicare, I don't know which one it is, would be billed. And if you're in the city limits and you want coverage outside the city of Hamilton, you get a discounted price. So you're covered free within the city limits, but if you want to expand that coverage area, you get a discounted price because the city is a member.
Okay, that's a good explanation.
I'd like to ask though, on this, how many have we had use this in the last year?
There's been 3 or 4, I forgot. Wade Sullins is here. He's our man. He's our person for that.
I don't know for sure. There've been several. I don't know. Last year, I think it was like,
There's 3 or 4 last year.
oh no, it
It was more.
was, yeah, it was way more than that. I can find out.
Well, does this, my question is this, we're paying the 21,850, but still, if they, say they flew me
Yeah.
somewhere, am I still gonna have to pay some money out of my pocket?
Do you have any other insurance?
Yes.
Okay, they'll just file on what you've got, and take that, and then they'll pick the rest of it up.
But if they don't get anything out of my insurance company, they'll take care of all of it.
Yeah, I mean, because they wanna,
No, if you don't have any insurance, you would be responsible for the amount that Medicaid would be billed.
Medicare,
Okay, it would be a discounted rate, but you would not be free.
Even in the city limit?
Even within the city limits is the way I understand it.
This was in
Seems
place,
like we need to find out.
this was in place when we came, into office.
Right.
And we renewed it last year. Is this the same price that we were charged
It's
last?
very close to it. I don't know exactly, but it's very close to the same price.
Oh, I think that they have, told us our invoice is due on that. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, you said when? Is that when you asked me? It's due in March. That's when it
Due in
generally
March.
renews.
But don't you think we need to get some questions answered? We don't know right now, see, we don't know anything about what we're talking about. If I had to go with them, I've got Blue Cross Blue Shield, you know, Medicare, but I'm wondering if they flew me, am I gonna have to pay anything? If I didn't have this, what's it gonna cost?
I used it one time, and I didn't have to pay
Pay
anything.
anything?
Medicare paid.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
I asked the lady there that was, she doesn't want the renewal out of it, I think. And I asked her who paid the life. She said Medicare did. I don't know whether they do that every time or not.
Well, surely they would, but like I say, we really don't know what we're buying.
Last year, we had the representative here and had an
Yeah.
opportunity to ask questions.
Yeah.
And, but we could probably get a representative to come again if we want to.
It's not Latier. He's not doing that. Latier Jones is the one that spoke to us last year. And they've taken him off of that. He's doing something different now, so I'm not sure who it would be this time.
If we just had some answers, whether we had somebody to come here or not, a little more about what it pays, you know, you understand what I'm saying? What it pays and when it pays, or what,
What do we have in our file from them? You got a file on Medevac?
I do.
Medevac?
Well, I made y'all copies of everything that we're talking about tonight. And I know they're in the covered individual transport. It said any individual who resides within the boundaries of the city of Hamilton when transported for medical necessity by air evac or any air Medicare network provider will be covered under the standard terms and conditions for an air Medicare network membership. Transport must be from a pickup location in Marion County. If the covered person transported is uninsured at the time of transport, Air Evac Lifetime will bill the covered person at the Medicare allowable rate for transport. So it's going to be at a much discounted rate, but I know
they
they're,
don't say how much, do
no, but I know we had a couple last year that they didn't pay anything.
It's several $1,000s to be transported.
they? Yeah, I figured that.
I've even seen where people who've been insured have a bill of $7,500 on top of it.
On top of their insurance. See, this is kind of misleading.
But I mean, but I think that's what this would take care of, is that particular circumstance where semi-insurance pays their back and where they would normally send me a bill for the remaining amount, this would take care of that for me. But if I don't have any insurance, I'll just pay that lower Medicare allowable rate, which is probably about 30%.
So I understand that by the city protecting its citizens, we buy down the rate to the Medicare, rate.
That's what that's for.
Yeah, it's a buy-down deal, and if we didn't participate, all the citizens would be subject to, you know, whatever their rules are for hauling, and I don't know if they could get on their helicopter without providing a down payment or some money up front. I've heard people who needed them couldn't get a ride unless they provided $10,000 up front.
Yeah, I honestly think it's a good thing. It's the only thing you do for everybody in this town.
Well, I think it's a good thing, but I'd like to know, we don't know. And
We know we're getting them a good discount.
Yeah.
And we know that it's available to every citizen within Hamilton, and, I mean, even if you're completely uninsured and you have to use it, because we're a member, you're getting a much cheaper rate.
Yeah.
So everybody that has to use it will benefit, it's just those that are already insured would see the most benefit. They wouldn't get an extra bill, and you also, as I said, get a discount if you want to broaden your coverage area. So you can be protected, not just within the city limits or Marion County.
I don't have any more. I just don't like to, I was running my business that way. I don't want to go over the situation.
You know, what way to pay it.
Yeah.
Look,
I don't know whether I can pay a little more now and insured or take a change on them sending me a $10,000–$15,000 bill.
if we had not already seen the benefits of it,
Yeah.
and we've heard from some people who really were trying to find out the amount if they were inside the city limits.
Wade Hollis just commented when he got flown with them without it in 2006, it was $15,000.
It's a costly ride.
Yeah, I know.
You're not in the network. And we had a couple of folks that really were affected by this in a positive way because they were protected by the city. And more than a couple, and everybody's benefited that's used it.
Well, I'm not against us buying it. I know but my only question was what it paid. You know, how much extra we hadn't. Anyway, I'm for happy people. Yeah.
I think it's a great benefit, and
I'd also like to know though what the other stuff.
I would go this far, knowing the feeling that you have. I'd be willing to either postpone it or get you all the answers you need, you know, if we go forward with it tonight. And I think you will see that it's beneficial and very beneficial to our people.
Oh, I know it probably is, but still, you know, even if, I'm for it, don't get me wrong, but I still, when I'm buying something, I like to know what I'm buying. You're not gonna go buy a car and it's not have an air conditioner in it, and not have a heater, you know, like you used to do, and, you don't know what it's actually gonna.
What gives me a warm fuzzy feeling about one of our very own is took the ride, and it benefited them, I think.
Oh, I know it would benefit, I'm all for it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I had the insurance, but she said Medicare paid for it.
You flew on it?
The wife did.
Oh, your wife did, and the Medicare paid. You didn't have to pay it. Well, see, that answers. That would, I've got the same thing you got, Medicare. Yeah.
And I've seen some folks who were underinsured or had no insurance that benefited, and they really needed this help and got the help, and they benefited greatly by it.
Well, I guess if you didn't have any and couldn't pay, they'd still take you.
Unless we want to just postpone the thing and have a member to come,
No.
I'm still recommending that we adopt this tonight, and I would need a motion and a second to bring it to a vote.
I make a motion.
I'll second it.
Gene second, all in favor of renewing our air gap. Thank you very much. Chief, I know I've put a good bit of pressure on you in the last few days concerning political signs. If you'd give us just a little update again and remind the public about signs in our community and how they can be set up and where and this kind of thing. Help me with that.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna limit it to just political signs, because going around, since me and you have been talking, there's several other signs that are also in violation. So once we start working on political signs, there's gonna be a few advertising signs that fall under the same scope.
Okay.
So the signs are able to go on private property with permission of the owner. They can't go on the right of way, and they can't go on city property. If they're on city property or right of way, street department and city will be picking the signs up, taking them to a collective point down at the city shop, where each individual, whether it be a mortgage company or a politician or whatever, if they wanna go find the signs, they can go through, pick them back out and reuse them.
Okay.
We just ask that that ordinance be adhered to.
Okay. We will store their signs. We won't destroy their signs.
No,
We'll
sir.
have them, what location will they be?
The city shop.
The
during
city shop.
business hours.
If any signs are taken up, they'll be taken to the city shop and the people that own the signs can come and get them.
Yes.
Whether they're advertising signs or political signs. Is that
Correct.
correct? Okay. Thank you for explaining that. You have been working on some matters in the city concerning animals, like cattle, sheep, horses, this kind of thing in our subdivision.
Yes, sir.
And we found an ordinance where that's not permitted also. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So if anybody is hearing this, and I'm going to ask the paper to expound on it just a little bit. If you have decided that you can house horses in the backyard and you're in the subdivision, cattle, sheep, goats, animals like that, please know that there's an ordinance that we're going to be looking for these, and as complaints come in, we'll be working these complaints. So if you'll help us eliminate those on the front, so we don't have to deal with it. And we've had a pretty long discussion this afternoon concerning dogs that are not vaccinated and don't have a current vaccination tag. If they leave your yard, folks, they're a stray dog in the eyes of the ordinance. So make sure that if you love your pet, you better take care of your pet. If you own a vicious dog, that's another matter. Is there liability if a vicious dog attacks someone?
Yes, sir, there is.
No
There's personal liability, insurance company could be held liable, damages, everything about vicious dogs.
Yeah, we're gonna try to address this even more going forward. It's been a problem a long, long time, and we're gonna try to make sure that people respect their neighbors at least when they own vicious dogs that kill other pets in the neighborhood and attack individual people that are out trying to walk and things like this. We're just gonna have to address it. And I've asked Chief Vickery to help me with these matters, and he is. So if you get a visit, a call, or you're brought to the municipal court because of complaints, then I want you to be forewarned that we're going to try to make sure that your neighbor has proper protection and that your dog that's roaming and killing is not going to be allowed to do such things. So keep this in mind. I think the council's backing me in this. I know this is my feeling. The chief's trying to help me with these complaints. Most of the complaints come here to City Hall and sometimes to our council people, but at any rate, we're having to act on complaints right now, and we want to make sure that the public understands this. And I just wanted to bring those things up about signs and animals tonight and reiterate to the people that we're trying to do justice by the matters, by keeping them orderly and within the ordinances of our city. I want to welcome Les Walters tonight. He's covering the meeting for us tonight. We appreciate you, Les, for coming and being with us tonight. It may have been a while since you covered a council meeting, but welcome back, and we appreciate it. Yes, Chief?
To reiterate on some of this, there are some guidelines and considerations regarding the animals and stuff, and it has to do with the zoning area that the particular persons live in. And Scott, am I correct, as far as some of them may be grandfathered prior to some of these ordinances being adopted?
That's correct.
It's kind of like our mobile homes, you know, you can put a mobile home back there, but it has to be under certain guidelines, but if there's never been one there, you can't put one there unless it meets certain guidelines.
Yeah. Mobile homes are another matter, but, it's possible if you're thinking about bringing a mobile home to an area, you might want to check, about the ordinance of zoning, because, some of those things are gonna be prohibited in your area, and the age of the mobile home plays into it sometimes, so make sure in those matters you check about the ordinances that go with this, so you won't have to stop in the middle of installing one and move it out. That can happen also. Any other things that y'all want to say tonight before we dismiss our meeting? No other discussion, we'll need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second? All in favor? Thank you. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Appreciate it.